Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage, ladies and gentlemen. Today, for your viewing pleasure, we have a 2015 Porsche GT3. This car came a couple of days ago, and if you've been watching the channel, you know that I'm a big Porsche fan. And I'm not an expert on Porsches by all means, but I'm learning as I'm going, because there are numerical designations and numbering schemes and all that stuff is very, very confusing. Unless you're a hardcore Porsche guy that is well versed in all of this numbering and lettering and all that kind of stuff, it gets pretty confusing out there. But we'll try to get through this together today. 2015, as I said, absolutely beautiful. Only 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles on this gorgeous GT3, and I love these cars. They're such amazing track cars, and it is truly a shame, in my opinion, to buy a car like this and then have it sit in the garage. And that's exactly what the previous owner has done. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand the concept of buying a car and just letting it sit in the garage, especially a car like this. This is such a fun car to drive. It's absolutely amazing. And the good thing about the GT3, unlike the GT2, GT2 RS or whatever, even the GT3 RS, the GT3 is a very, very streetable car. You can drive this daily. I mean, yes, it's track focused. It's not as comfortable as a Lincoln Town car, but you can do it. You can drive this daily, and you can have a lot of fun with this. I mean, on the track, these things are an absolute blast. And I understand that the values are there, and you know, there's expensive cars and people buy them as jewelry, as collectibles, and they think they're gonna go up, skyrocket in value, etc., etc. But I just don't understand. It's just me. I'm a weird guy, you know. If I buy a car like this, I want to drive it. I want to drive the crap out of this thing. I actually came very close to buying a GT3 RS, 2017 GT3 RS at the auction. It was an orange car, and it was probably the highest mileage GT3 RS in the country. Okay, it's at 100,000 miles, and the car was clearly tracked. I mean, somebody drove the living bejesus out of it, and the whole front end was ripped off. Clearly, something happened on the track. The bumper was ripped off, and I mean, the car was rough. But I was like, listen, if I can get it cheap, you know, I might as well buy it and do some work to it, you know, over time, and then enjoy it. And I was planning maybe spending like 70 grand, like 75 was like my top. I mean, the thing went for like $106,000, which is absolutely crazy, because for a little bit more money, you can buy one with like really low mileage. And the car still needed like $20,000, maybe $30,000 worth of work. The parts alone, like the front bumper alone, is probably like $7,000, $8,000 plus all the other little things, whatnot. But anyways, this thing is, like I said, 2015, 3.8 liter, naturally aspirated flat six, produces 475 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. I love these things. Absolutely brilliant driving experience. And 0 to 60 is kind of varies on these, because there are different numbers on different sites. But I think Motor Trend tested it. I'm not sure, or whatever, one of those magazines, and they got like 3.1 seconds. 0 to 60. And the thing about the GT3, their launch control is absolutely amazing. And the more you launch the car on a particular surface, the more the computer learns. And I think like every time you do it, it gets faster and faster and faster. So they're pretty cool cars. This one is finished in white, and according to the previous owner, never been washed. Yes, that's how this car was taken care of. This car has never seen water, never seen a car wash, only wiped with, you know, little diapers and stuff like that. So let's check out the inside real quick. Pretty basic out here. You have your super duper grippy seats with them cool red seat belts. Of course, no back seat, because who needs that, right? And this is a PDK. Manual was actually not available in the 991.1 GT3. And the manual option came back in 2017 with the 991.2. And this is the thing about Porsches, you know, there's so many different designations and the numbers and all that stuff. But Porsche actually announced that the 2022 GT3 is going to have a manual. So apparently, actually, the take rate on the manual is higher in the United States than the PDK. Of course, I mean, it makes total sense. If a true car enthusiast is buying something like this, who cares about the 0 to 60? That extra, whatever, fraction of a second is not going to make a difference. You want to have fun with this as much as you can, and the only way you can truly appreciate this car is with the manual transmission. And Porsche manuals are, among the best out there. And this is a pretty cool car. I really like it. It has an optional fire extinguisher. I think that thing was like $200 some, like $250. Yeah, it's pretty basic. It still has the cup holders in case you need to have a drink. Let's check out under the bonnet. Well, the trunk, really. See what we have out there. If I remember correctly, last time I seen one of those, you can't really see. Yep, you can't really see much in here. Everything's covered up, so. You want to do maintenance, you have to take it to Porsche. So there's nothing in it. With the older ones, you can still kind of stick your finger in there. This is all sealed up, so that's what you get. I like this wing. It's pretty cool. It's not too aggressive, and it looks pretty good. And in general, I really like white cars. So this is a very, very nice looking car. Steel brakes, center locking wheels. Of course, the real center locking wheels, not the fakes. And it's a pretty cool car in general. I really like those. Brief history of the GT3. It was introduced by Porsche in 1999 with the introduction in the beginning of the 996 models, and it's been available ever since in the GT3 or GT3 RS form. Well, technically, if you really look back, the original one, the OG, was from 1973, 1973 Carrera 911 RS, and RS in German stands for Rennsport. So that's basically the beginning, and then the Porsche introduced the GT3 in 1999, and the 996 Porsche, the GT3 or 996 in general, is probably one of the most hated Porsches out there because of the fried egg, headlight design. These cars have, gotten a lot of hate. And the good thing about that is that because of all the hate, the values have gone down on the 996 Porsches. Not the GT3s, but in general, you can pick up turbos still like under 40 grand with higher miles, but the prices are steadily going up. I personally don't have the issue with the weird headlight design. I mean, Porsche tried to do something, radical, and, they learned that they couldn't do it. So, it was met with a lot of criticism, so they switched back to traditional looking Porsche lights. But I think that the 996 is an absolute bargains out there, but obviously this is a much more pleasant looking front end than the 996, but to each his own. I really like this car. I think it's a really, really nice car, and I'm not gonna take it for a ride because, again, we're back to the same argument I'm making at the beginning. It's 1,000 miles on the car, and you don't want to put mileage on it, and you don't want to drive it too much because it's gonna affect its value, right? And this car is available. If anybody is interested, you can check it out on our website, gfagarage.com or Prime One Motorsports. And if you're interested, just let us know. Thanks for watching. Peace.